Welcome back to StarTalk Daily. Remember to like and subscribe to my channel for more updates. Rambo's second adventure almost co-starred this iconic and electric 70s figure. Audiences fully embraced the underdog aspects of Sylvester Stallone's John Rambo in First Blood. The film adaptation of David Morrell's 1972 novel had dramatically changed from the tale of a Vietnam War veteran on a murderous rampage to a discarded hero's lone survival journey running from the law. As Stallone's second biggest box office success outside the Rocky franchise, the sequel Rambo, First Blood Part 2 was only inevitable. Rambo was in many ways the ultimate loner in cinema history. Throughout the four sequels following First Blood, the PTSD-ridden vet evolved into an avenging killing machine often sent on covert combat missions. He usually walked away from battle alone with a less than optimistic future by the end of each installment. However, in an era where buddy action movies became a craze with the success of 48 Hours, the idea for the 1985 installment not only would have changed the course of the series but nearly lightened the original's dark tone by giving Stallone's war hero a witty sidekick in John Travolta. Stallone and Travolta's friendship dates back as early as 1982. The star of Saturday Night Fever needed a box office hit after a string of flops when Paramount Pictures was courting him to headline a sequel to his 1977 disco blockbuster. Having seen Rocky III in theaters, Travolta convinced Paramount executives to give Stallone the director's gig for the Fever sequel, Staying Alive. The two stars bonded as Stallone agreed with Travolta's ideas to lighten up Tony Manero from his R-rated roots in rewriting Norman Wexler's script. Additionally, Stallone put Travolta through a strict diet and workout regimen to get into peak shape, similar to the physique he had in the third Rocky installment. At one point in 1983, they danced around The Godfather Part 3 with Stallone directing Travolta opposite Al Pacino returning as Michael Corleone. While that version of the final Godfather chapter was discarded, the next Rambo was gearing up for production when the idea was presented to make Travolta travel the wilderness with Stallone's lone wolf soldier. As told in Nat Segalov's book The Rambo Report, Morrell revealed in an excerpt that Travolta was written into James Cameron's first draft under the working title First Blood 2. The mission for the role of military tech expert Lieutenant Brewer. The character was intended to join Rambo on his mission to locate American POWs in Vietnam. Their buddy movie dynamic gets established within Brewer's introduction in the Cameron script when he flirts with an Asian prostitute who tries to arouse the stoic and silent Rambo. Reading more like a Bill Paxton-type character, the Brewer role would have taken Travolta's street-level charm from Fever and Grease to make him more of a comedic foil to the no-nonsense war veteran than an equal partner. Stallone was no stranger to rewriting scripts for movies he would star in. Segalov's Rambo report goes on to explain how the actor rewrote Cameron's draft to inject the sequel's politics about the U.S. government's refusal to acknowledge the existence of Vietnam veterans caught behind enemy lines. During the process of the rewrite, Stallone and producers Mario Kassar and Andrew Vina had second thoughts about the sidekick angle, which would have thrown off the dead serious tone of First Blood. Instead of comic relief for Rambo's ally in Vietnam, Stallone beefed up Rambo's ill-fated love interest, County Beau, Julia Nixon. Where the character intended for Travolta was planned to develop a tight friendship with Rambo, County Beau perfectly represents the war hero's potential hope for a romantic future back home in America, only to be taken away tragically. Had Travolta's role been preserved for Rambo, First Blood Part 2, the film would have easily drawn comparisons to the POW rescue premise and lighthearted tone of Uncommon Valor, also directed by First Blood's Ted Kotcheff. Rambo never had a family support system the way Rocky did throughout the franchise. Aside from the intense violence and messaging about appreciating war veterans instead of dismissing them after combat, the Rambo movies have always maintained a singular focus on the title character's never-ending search for inner peace. Such a goal could never be achieved through a father figure, a doomed loved one, or even a friend with plenty of quips. More hidden gems and epic endings are coming your way, so hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell. You don't want to miss what's next. This was StarTalk Daily, bringing stories to life. Until the next reel, stay curious.